versus Korea. Our second game will be Great Britain versus Spain, as we see both teams lining up. We're about 9 minutes away from game time here. We'll get the introductions in about a minute or so. Azania Stewart joins me for the last day of action. Azania, it's been a wonderful 8 games so far. We've got 4 more to come today. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, really good tournament so far. Both of these teams came out victorious, but not without the Europeans giving a run for their money. Number 3 and 4 in Europe. China led Spain 64-62, just a 2-point game, very, very close. And then Great Britain gave Korea push till the end, winning 82-79, only a 3-point game. China has been electrifying, I think, from the transition game. Easy buckets, and really has, you know, edged that last bit, and they have won the last 2 games and punched their ticket to Tokyo 2020. So they are super stoked, really excited. They were really happy as they got their large ticket yesterday, we saw. And so Korea is going to need this win here to guarantee also themselves in the run to Tokyo. For me, Korea played outstanding from the 3-point line. They were lights out. They shot 60%, which is a high percentage against Great Britain. And then they're shooting the highest at 47% in this tournament. So if they can have a performance like last night versus GB, they have a good chance to beat China here this morning.
Yeah, thank you, Zayn. And going back to those 3-point stats, not only are they the top tournament team here, they're the top tournament in all 16 teams. With Bourges and Ostend, 47% is the highest of all teams.
Yeah.
So phenomenal shooting performance for them. And bear in mind, they got blown out by Spain too.
They sure did.
Well, China are on the floor. There's coach Zhu Limen of China and his entourage. I'm going to count about 8 assistant coaches and managers with him. Korea onto the floor next. They've also got a heavy contingent of team managers and coaches. Their coach is Lee Moon-kyu. We'll see him in a minute. The sharpshooters of Korea that went to war yesterday on GB. That was a close one down the end.
Yeah.
Came down to the last shot. GB didn't make it. Korea survived. So China already in their 9th Olympics, the 5th one in a row. Already qualified yesterday with that win over Spain. Korea with a win today will qualify. If they were to lose, they'll have to wait for the final game to see whether they get through to the Olympics. So we'll have the national anthems, and we'll muse a little more further over this one after that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of Korea.
So players meet at half court Traditional exchange of mementos, shaking hands. China will have a little huddle. And nice bow for the fans gathered here for this first day of the games. 12 o'clock here in Belgrade. 4-game schedule takes us through to about 10 o'clock at tonight. You see our referees today. We've got Mr. Yalman from Turkey, Frail from Panama, and Grant Tody from the USA there. We've seen them before. Zania, no problems with the referees in this tournament?
No, they've been pretty on point, and they've used all their resources to do a really good job and come together. And if these referees have been picked for this game, that means they've done a pretty good job overall in the last 2 games. So
is this the first time? Has this crew been before together all the way through? I think they have, haven't they?
No. Now they select the best referees who've done a great job. So.
Oh, thank you for that.
You know, I've got referees friends. You know,
you're always chatting to the refs. What happens when you're in the same hotel as the refs, right? You get a few insiders. I was a bit quizzical about that unsportsmanlike foul yesterday in Serbia's game, and with 15 seconds to go, even Otis Hewley, head coach of Nigeria, said, you know, it was just the timing of the call at that particular time of the game with 20 seconds to go. Why call it? You knew Nigeria had the foul. Anyway, it's passed and gone now. It is history, and we are, I wouldn't say 24 hours on, we're about 8 hours on, aren't we?
Yeah.
Seems not long ago we were in this gym.
We've been staying the night at the gym every night.
Right, yeah. Big game here, China versus Korea. 41 times these two teams have met. Zania, how many do you think China have won of those 41?
I'm going to say
you're not going to get it right.
35.
You're very close. 24. So it's 24 and 17 record. Run through the runs and riders here for China for us.
Well, here we have the 14 and 15. Hung Xu and Li Yue-ru are the post players. They've played fantastic as we see them. Only Li in a lineup and Sung, but also Li Meng, I thought, played a solid piece for China as we see Hung Xu here in your shot. She's a great tall post player, has a 15-footer, real soft touch, and a difficult player to score on because of her height. So China's... I was
going to say, funny, when in the press conference first day, Han Xu was saying that being in camp for 4 months means she couldn't play any video games.
Yes.
So when I asked her what her favorite video game was, that lost me. She said something, but I don't know what I didn't know. I'm too old for that.
Well, she's only 20, bless her heart, so she definitely said that she hasn't had free time. Yeah. As we see here, Korea. For me, Park Chu-Su, number 19, had 15 points. And then Kang Lee-Soo was 6 from 7 from the three-point line, had 26 points. As we see Go, Park, Gang, Park, and Kim in the starting lineup. Very strong team I saw against GB. They really shot the ball very well and used the post play good. As we see Kang Lee-Soo here, who had 14 points for the 0.5 points for the tournament, but she played so well. I really enjoyed her shooting performance.
Well, we saw some of the replays, didn't we, of the GB game, and there was a lot of mistakes defensively that led to that shooting spree from Kang. Is Zhu Limin, head coach of China. He'll be over the moon. The fact that they're going to get to those Olympics, 9th Olympics for China, 5th in a row. This team is up and coming. What's on the back of that board there?
A lot
of notes.
Lineups. A lot
of notes, my word.
That's a good idea, though.
Yeah.
And let's see.
Hope he's used the erasable Sharpie.
Well, the Korea head coach had an assistant coach to wipe his board for him.
Oh, yeah.
So that was pretty cool to see.
As long as he hasn't got a brow wiper as well. I think it gets a bit too heated. Zhu Limin was very animated in the game yesterday. What a victory against Spain. I mean, that sent a big message about where this team is going, where they want to be, and the message they're sending around. And you talk about Zhu Limin, Li Meng, she'll play number 9, 5'11", point off guard, good shooter, great floor general. Saw her 2 years ago in Bangalore at the Asia Cup. Just coming of age then, got fairly taken to pieces by the Japanese in the game, but she's learned from that, moving on to a young team.
Yeah. And you know who else I liked for China was number 4, who starts here, is Lu Wang. She is fantastic. She gets up in your face. She's a defender. She's very quick, and she really sets the tone. She's obviously undersized here, but she doesn't matter if she's, you know, under, what would you say she is, 5?
That's about it, 5. You know, and you know what? Size doesn't matter if you're playing
doesn't.
defense at half court,
Yeah,
right? And that's where she
aggressive.
plays. Yeah, she's very, very effective on ball defense. Well, handshakes all around here. We're set to go. Korea with a victory will cement their Tokyo bid. China will go unbeaten if they win, and Korea will have to wait until game 2. China versus Korea, day 3, game 1. And the battle of the 2 Asian teams in this group. Great Britain and Spain will be the 2 Europeans going later on. First bite of the cherry will go to China, and we noticed yesterday how slick they are on the break. Straight away, they're setting back screens, down screens. Li Mong into the lane, reverses, tosses one up, and the tall, very tall Park Ji-soo. Park Ji-soo's how much taller than you, Azania? You're about 6'11".
I'm 6'4".
6'4", so Park Ji-soo about 6'7".
No, is she that tall?
It's not bad. Shouting here. There's Kim Han-byul. There's Park. We've got a switch with Li Mong. Park settles for the J. It's not a strong point, but she made one against GB last night. Is Li Wan the player you like? She's going to go all the way and score. Nobody to stop the ball in transition. And Korea will be having to get their jets on defense tonight to get back, as this China team loves to run, and they're just getting better and better. 3 there from Kang. Off. Kang Hae-jung getting a start here. I don't think she started previously. A jump ball called as Shouting is tied up by 11 buys it. Oh, it's one go. Go Ara.
Look at that. That's great
Good
timing.
defense.
Oh, yeah, all ball and a jump ball. Great call, referee.
So Kim Dan-bi usually starts for this team. She's not starting.
Good little soft press here by China. Slow down Korea.
Park Hae-jin here is 5. Good shooter. Here's Go Ara. Getting a bit of court time here. Park with a fake handoff. Park in the high post. Puts the ball on the floor against Lee. It's a good little matchup for these two. Park throws it up. No good there. China looking... they're starting their normal 5 here. Korea are definitely not. What's the make of that, Azania?
Just change it up, I think.
You think you change it up on a big game like this?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't get
Come on, stick your neck out.
a grip with Korea, because obviously they put their neck out and said we didn't care about playing Spain, which I wasn't a fan of, in case it came down to points, which it now has, as a foul is called.
What have we got here? Foul underneath.
No, the
shot
clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stuck their neck out and said we don't care about the Spanish game, and lost by 39 points or so, because they thought Spain was going to beat China, and it didn't.
But got it right, though, didn't they?
Well, yeah, and then they find that they did get what they wanted, which was the Great Britain win. And then here, they haven't started their regular. I don't know. I'm here for a good game today. Let's not get into the politics of the tournament.
Li Wan penetrates, dish out to Li Mong. Back out to Shouting.
Needs to get a shot up.
Favorite name of the game, Shouting. Kang on the break here, 7. Kim Han-byul's to her left. Kim Han-byul was dropping 3s like nobody's business in the warm-up. She'll get her own rebound and misses. Tough one.
Yeah, you got to shoot that with your left hand.
Li Wan, Lee down low. Look at how quickly they get down the floor. Sung Man-ran, Li Mong, excuse me. 3 misses. Sung Man-ran had the rebound and then brought it down slightly, flicked out of her hands. It's Kang. Over the ball screen, Kang a little jump shot. Nice play. Oh, it's Park, excuse me, Park Ji-hyun. Hae-jin.
Well, Korea hasn't come out as hot as they were against GB last night, so China's probably happy about that.
Well, they got off to a slow start, didn't they, against GB? Went 6-0 down. There's Lee in the low post.
Yeah, but hit 2 back-to-back
threes.
threes.
Came straight back. Yeah, exactly right. Sung Man-ran, lefty, to Li Mong. Well, Korea's defense is looking very good. Li Mong lays up. 4-2 China lead. Nice move.
I did vote for Li Mong in the top 5 of this tournament. Nice, as Shouting gets a hand in there last minute.
Good look from Park down to Go Ara. And Hwang comes in for Sung Man-ran. Hwang, the Not as tall as Sun Minrong. They're giving a little bit of height, but very active is the 11 for China. Over the string, Go takes her first shot, drops it. It's a little 18-footer. Points to the assist maker. I couldn't see who it was actually. Is Li Mong in the low post. They fancied to get some joy out of a low post for Li Mong maybe. Li Wan moves it on to Xiao Ting. Down low to Li. The foul again, Park from behind. It's a good matchup, isn't it? Li Yue-ru and Park Ji-soo.
Yeah, well, I talked about this group truly being the battle of the posts. You always aren't a fan of the posts, but being one formerly, I am a big fan of Park. I'm a big fan of
you cut me deep on that comment.
Yep.
You cut me deep.
There's Temi Fekbenli in this group. There's Nichols. So there's been really, really strong post play, and here we see a battle of the greats there. Both. You
do me a disservice. Li Wan, pass it on here to. No, this is Li Wan here. Excuse me. Xiao Ting. China's running out of shot clock here. Run completely at it. Xiao Ting. I'm not sure where they went wrong there. Li Wan's your point guard general, and she's the one that gave it up with short time to Xiao Ting.
Yeah, coach doesn't look impressed there with that offensive play.
Don't blame him. Han Buell, he's Go-Ara, made the last J for Korea. Slow scoring game here. Just close to 4 minutes played. Oh, turnover against Go. And shouting off to the races. Huang here. There's a mismatch somewhere. Into the lane comes Yang, I think it is. She'll get her own rebound. Out to Li Wan. Li Wan backs away, realizing the ball screen help was coming from Park Ji-soo.
Another
Yang
shot clock violation.
My word, this Korean, it turned it away. Li Yang, little jump shot, misses. The rebound by Li. And coughed up by Yang. This will be a nice little break here for Korea. Park gets away with a treble. Kang from downtown. Bang, got it.
Woo!
Number 7, Kang Ejong. I'm not sure she's scored much in this tournament. Didn't play yesterday against Spain. 7 points tonight. Nothing but net on that one. Flare screen here for Yang. Huang's got her in the ball screen. Kim Han Buell will get the foul. I thought that was aggressive defense that probably could have, referees could have let go. That's what Kim's saying.
She said, I didn't push her.
No, I agree. I think she had her hands up too.
Yeah, but good start here from Korea. They're forcing China into a tough shot, but unfortunately they're getting the rebound and turning the ball right over. They just need to look after that ball just a little bit better for me, and they'll keep adding to this score.
Li Mong comes back in for her second trip. Gao Sung set to come in, 12. There's the battle of the bigs there, Zane. You'd love to be in there, wouldn't you?
I would.
Just playing against one of those two.
I would. They're very up and coming, under 20 and 21, I'm pretty sure.
The battle of the young bigs.
Yeah, Pak plays in the WNBA, so she gets great experience there.
5 here is Wong. There's 3 good guards here, China. Nice move from Gao Song. Finishes that in style. China trail by just the odd point now. Here's Go. Picks up early. As Kang made the last big J. Kim, great look out. What a great pass to Park. Park down to Park Ji-soo. Park Ji-soo loves that jump shot. Well, wonderful play from Kang. She's short on that J though. Probably a rush shot. Good look out. Huang in the open floor. It's a travel. Come on. That's a travel in my book. Xenia, help me out on that.
I'll speak to the referees after the game. Thank you, Mick. They're my friends.
Kim
the shot goes
downtown. I say she was dropping them like nobody's business in practice.
She was in the early. She was out early, wasn't she, shooting before the game?
Li Mong, little J, got it. Nice little touch. There's your favorite Li Mong.
Yeah, I said that before. I voted for her for the top 5 players. She is solid for
4
China.
points for her. Park. Good pressure here from China.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Just a little soft press just to slow them down.
I noticed in the press conference the other day, Serbia talked about Nigeria's defense being American-based.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, why is that so? Because both teams here love to play full court. Foul against Lee. Both teams are playing full court D in your face. They're picking up. Why does it have to be called an American-style defense?
I didn't say that.
No, this is what the Serbian journalist was saying.
I just think it's basketball, probably because, I don't know. I've never heard it as American style. I just think it's basketball in general.
Yep, I agree.
I think it's not a lot of teams press the whole 40 minutes, which Nigeria, sadly, yesterday against Serbia, I felt like they dropped off a little bit.
Yeah.
And,
when they got back into it, they got back in the game.
Yeah, coach had to call a timeout, actually, and say, come on, let's press back up. So, yeah, they do it for 40 minutes. Not a lot of teams can do it for 40 minutes as Pak hits the first free throw.
Pak Ji-soo, 3 of 4 against GB last night, and then that was her first trip to the line in the tournament yesterday. 1 of 2. Good rebound from Kim Han-byul. She's undersized, but my word, she plays hard. Kang, another 3, surely not. Kang for 3, drops another one.
Well,
2 of 2 from Dan Tan.
I talked about that hot shooting from Korea, and good for them. They've come back out doing the exact same thing as yesterday.
Big post up from Han here. Han, ball screen for Lee Mong. Lee Mong fumbles, she's double teamed. Through the hands, wide open is Wong. It won't count.
Korea's
second shot clock violation.
Third, I think.
Third, is it? Wow.
Yeah. Could you help me out with this stat? The last time that they played, did Korea beat China? I'm pretty sure I read that, but you're the expert here.
So the record in Olympic qualifying tournaments is 1-1. I know that.
But the last game they played each other, I'm pretty sure.
Look it up as soon as we get a break. Huang for 3. Got it!
Woo.
Tough move from Huang.
She has a pretty little shot on her.
Yeah, it's some good shooters on the floor. Here is Go. Get some extended minutes here. They might get through the whole first quarter. Go and Kang, the number 7, who didn't play much yesterday. Park fires up another jump shot. That's a 3rd jump shot that's gone missing. And a foul against Go Ara. I'm going to try and bury myself in some stats here for you.
Okay, well, I'll talk about Pak Ji-soo there. Shooting that 3 pullback on Hang Shu, who's at least 6'7". I think she can get a much better, closer to the rim shot. I understand her bringing the, the height of Hung out of the paint, but then that case, you've got to drive the ball and use your quickness. The 3-point shot you can get any time.
I tend to fancy that Korea might play in waves, and a nice shot there from Han. She loves that little 15-footer, and she punches the air. She runs back on defense. Kang, Kim. So I've got some stats for you. It's quite interesting.
I'm here for it.
I'll get them in another break as Park and Kim Han-byul is going to get a foul here on a moving screen.
That's her second, I think.
Good spot there, Azania. It is indeed number 2 for the 35 for Korea. So these two teams have played 58 times together.
Really? And you said
41, excuse me. 41 they played. China have won 24. Now China have won the last 5.
Oh, okay.
And the both last 2 meetings were in. Oh, nice pass back door. Gao Song for 2. Huang points in the air to say, Gao Song, that's on a plate for you. The girls are on the floor. We don't get to see these girls, but look at this pass here. Huang looks at it, too much space. Gao Song somehow went back door unguarded. There it is. Kang is at fault, you'd think. Easy layup for Gao Song. Six-point lead for China here. Let's get into this timeout for Korea. Zaini, you've just pulled out your Korean to English translation book. What are they saying that timeout?
Well, I was actually engulfed in the dancing. Sorry.
Put it away. Put the book away.
My fault. I was enjoying the lovely dances at timeout.
Some replays here. Here's Huang's three. Defense goes under the screen. Look at the rotation of that ball. 17-11. China lead. Yeah, so 219 FIBA Asia Cup, Division A, China won. And the last victory for Korea was 2013 FIBA Asia Championship for women. 2-point victory for the Koreans. So they'll be looking to make amends and create a bit of a history 7 years on.
It's interesting, coach has kept number 35 Kim in the game with 2 fouls as Park misses that layup.
Wow, an easy one for Park. A lot of pressure on this team. Look at Han running the lane, and she's going to get it. Feed the big, feed the big. Han gets the rebound. Another rebound. This time 3 attempts.
It's so easy when you're that tall.
You'd love playing on this team. When you run the lane, get the ball that easy, little 2-footer.
She's just padding their stats with 3 rebounds there.
Yeah.
But you've got to box her out. When she's that tall, you've got to take her legs out of the game.
Sim So-young goes in. The diminutive Sim So-young scores with ease. And she chases back now as Wong goes the other way. Now she's going to have a problem guarding Huang here. Huang goes back door. Han. This is the J. Good box out there from Korea. Kim Dan-bi is in the game here, number 10. Sim Sung-yoon loses control. Lee Mong's all over her. Kim Han-byul stops back, stops, pops. I'll say it again. She was a good shooter in the warm-ups. It's 0 for 3 from beyond the arc.
Doesn't matter what you do in the warm-ups.
No, they don't count.
Game time.
I think I won every game in the warm-up. Yang misses. Wong misses the layup on the buzzer. 19-13, 6-point lead for China. Looking pretty good for the Chinese right now. Some stats will pop up for you in a minute. Zaini, you can
yeah, I think,
shoo them over for us.
Yeah, the rebounding I would like to see, but here 50%, 8 from 16 from China, doing a good little job around the paint. No free throws, so no fouls from the referees right now. But for me, I think Korea, I'll talk about it after this break. For me, Korea just needs to do a bit better job. They did a good job in the first part of the first quarter, boxing out, but then were just sloppy with the ball and turning the ball back over, as we see some highlights. My favorite, Lee going to the rim, coast to coast. But with Hung in the game, you have to box her out. She's over 6'7", maybe, with long, long arms to the rim. If you're going to win this game, you've got to get her out of the game. But overall, I think Korea's in it, you know. It's only a 6-point game.
Wise words for a on young shoulders there. Well done, Azania.
Thank you.
You've enjoyed yourself, haven't you, here in Belgrade? Beautiful city, beautiful history. I love places that have got so much history in them, and walking around the city on our off days, seeing the rivers, the River Sava, named after the Saint Sava, which is the patron saint of Serbia. And the Danube River. The Danube River runs a long, long way. Do you know that? You know how far it runs? Maybe 1,200 kilometers.
Doesn't it split, right? One side's...
Couldn't tell you on that one.
Oh, no, but this...
I know where it starts and where it finishes. Starts in the Ulm in Germany, and guess where it finishes? I didn't know this before somebody told me in the Black Sea.
In the Black Sea.
Which is... the Black Sea is bordered by many, many countries. Romania, Bulgaria, Turkey's in there.
Good bit of history. Learned something new today. Thank you.
I think Georgia's in there as well. It's quite a few countries around the Black Sea. I know that people will be like texting in somewhere saying, "No, you fool, it's not that one." Throwing things out of my geography. I thought I did quite well in geography. Anyway, here we go. Our reporter there, Yuki, who comes to every press conference. She'll be there in Tokyo. Lee Mong trying to work this zone here. China doing a great job. Lee Mong wide open, short on that one. They're crashing the boards though, China. Sum Sui So Young comes flying out the pack. It's a good pass to Kim Han-byul. Gets her first 2 of the game. Nice pass from Su Song-yong.
Nice. We said she got out here early. So did I. I got out here early getting my shots up.
Yeah, you did. You put on a show, didn't you, for a couple of minutes? Huang 3. That's 6 points for Huang. I don't think this zone is going to work too long for Korea. Kang, they now trail by 7. Kim guarded by Han. They've gone ultra small here, Korea. And China just play their normal way, don't they? Big, big, and big. So Sim So-young into the lane.
Yeah, they're bringing out Hung out of the paint. They need to drive on her, use their speed, go past her.
Post up they're looking for here for Han. Everybody's pointing to it. Kim Dan-bi comes over there. It's got to be 3 seconds, surely. Korea survived that post up from Han. Sim Sung-young here. To Kang, over to Kim Dan-bi. Great game yesterday. Now Lee Mong's gone down. Should be a layup for somebody. Nope, I can't find Lee Mong's up now. And China have turned them over. Huang looking down for Lee Mong. Good post up here for, well, she's blown the layup. Turns to the referee and says, give me some help, ref. Sim So-young, good pass. Nice pass to Bai for 2.
Nice little layup there for Bai.
It's back to 5. China should be going to work on this zone here as Lee Mong gets a back door. Korea look dead on their feet.
Yeah, they look a bit tired. I was just going to say
They look
this.
dead on their feet, don't they?
This is game 3 of 4 days.
Back-to-back games. Well, you should be used to back-to-back games. That's what you get in these tournaments. Foul against Kang, I think it is, number 3, with a little elbow to Lee Mong. She ran past her.
That elbow was just a bit too high, close to the face.
Subs coming in for China and Korea. Park is back in, goes back in. Lee is back in. Yang is back in for China. Well, look at that zone for Korea. That's not big at all, is it? There's 3 Chinese players taller than everybody on the floor for Korea. Wong into the lane. It loses it, but I think Park may get a foul here.
That's a third, I'm pretty sure. Is that Kim? Let me see here, look, number 35. Yep,
well,
slaps
Kim
down, that's a third.
Good spot there, Zenia.
That's a silly foul. Korea needs her on the floor there, and coach does not send a player to sub her out. I wonder if he knows.
He'll only know if somebody's told him or he looks up to the scoreboard, which neither has happened.
We could throw up some signs for him to see over here too.
Who's in charge of fouls in that Korean bench, I wonder?
Not
the
doing
communication. Second free throw is good for Wong. 9 points the difference here. Here's Park Hae-jin, Go-Ara. Over the screen goes, made a couple of jump shots already. That wasn't a great pass. Kim Han-byul gets it back. Kim Dan-bi fires up a 3. Lee, the outlet. Korea under a lot of pressure here. Great pass to Wong. Will it go in? It won't. China fighting after that rebound. All you could see was red shirts up in the air. Yang. High post is Gao Song.
Fantastic ball movement for China, and Gao Song just hitting that middle of that zone, moving the ball around. That soft spot is always there in the zone.
So Korea have only won 3 of their 10 Olympic qualifying games. They've never won 2 in a row. This would be 2 in a row if they win this. But it is off to the races for the machine of China. Lee is down low. Will they get at the ball? They will. Foul against Bai. It should be end-line ball, I think. 3rd foul against Korea. Subs in for Park Ji-soo back in the game.
Yeah, Chinese coach there, you see Liu Ji-ming is going insane on the sidelines here, shouting at his team. I don't see what the problem is, but I guess he's got to keep them fired up.
Gao Song tries to drop one in. Lee goes after the rebound. Gao Song rebounds it, and a good tip from Park. Will stay with China. 11 on the shot clock. 6:20 left in this second period here. China in complete control right now. Korea just struggling with the height size. Lee puts it on the floor, almost loses it. She'll get it back again. Great cut. Beautiful pass. Gao Song off the rim. Korea a chance to break here. Park. Kang's taking the long route. Kang steps in, fires. He's hit 2, he's hit 3.
Wow.
Kang Hee-jong.
Wow. That is a really nice quick release there.
It is indeed. She is money today. Lee down low, back out to Gao Song. Gao Song into Wong. Ball screen, Wong and Gao.
Yeah, Korea gone back into a man-to-man here.
Wong, beautiful pass to Lee, and Lee's blown it. Park Ji-soo the rebound. Might be a little comeback in the offing here for Korea. Kim Dan-bi, Park, ball screen. Kim Dan, beautiful play. Oh, I think Park will argue there's a foul. I think she got raked across the face.
Yeah.
Referees have given travel.
Haven't been kind to her today.
Wong will sub out. We might get a replay. 8-point game. We're doing it. What's this now? Wong comes in. Beautiful pass. Well, maybe there was just Wong got all ball. Nice play. Sungmin Ran is back in the game. Xiaoting running the baseline against this 2-3. Meng Ran, Sun is into the high post. Here comes Han into the high post. Good box out, good post. 3 is good from Yang.
Both these teams shoot the ball so well. The Asian teams are so, so good at this. Their shooting form is to die for.
It's not bad, is it? Great backdoor. Oh, beautiful move from Kang. Kang Hee-jong leading scorer now with 11. She's hit 3 threes. Even a good game. Didn't play against GB, bizarrely enough. Han loves it. That's money. That's money in the bank for Han, isn't it?
Every time. I think we've only seen her miss 1 or 2 shots this whole
She's feasting all day breakfast. Been waiting to use that phrase all weekend. Kim Dan-bi. It comes Bai looking down for Park. Park will get it. She's been in there a long time. No joy for Park. Bai. Park. Misses. Good box out. My word. Sungmin Ran has worked so hard to keep Park out of it. Han runs the lane. Lee Wan in. Han down low to Sungmin Ran. Sungmin Ran up with the post move. Messes it up a little bit. Han with one hand. That's
fantastic.
Pretty work. This foul again against Bai, I think.
She had
11.
she had her arm, look, stuck in with Bai.
One-handed, look, flicks it up. Nice job. Bai confirmed as having a second foul there.
Yeah, Hung Shu, for being so tall, is very, very skilled, very, very, moves very well for being so tall, and has a nice touch. You've seen her around the 15-foot. She shoots the ball well, finishes around the basket. I'm a fan. Don't ask me what's going to happen in the timeout, because I'm going to watch the dancers, all right?
매드가 되든 매드가 안 되든 다 내려와서 알았지? 40분으로 가면 타이트하게 올라와. 센터 잡아줘. 지수 여기 왔다 갔다 하는 거 있지 마. 오케이? 괜찮아. 그래. 인터셉을 노리란 말이야. 빈자리 공간 들어가는 거. 알았지? 이쪽에 또 뭘 하고 있는데 반대편 두 사람이 이쪽에서 구경하고 있잖아. 미드아웃에서 볼 잡아주고 반대로 릴레이를 해야지. 그 다음에 건너가야 되고.
Fantastic little dancer there. Definitely can't do any of those moves, Mick. Can't do a backwards somersault.
Brought
twist
tears to
and
my
turn.
eyes. I tell you.
Woo!
I put down the your Korean translation book straight away because I was lost. Take that one back to the bookshop. I think you won't need that. 2 shots to come here for China's Han Xu, who is 6 for the game. Talk about bigs around the world. You know, you wouldn't accuse her of being a power under the bucket, would you?
No.
Slim frame. My word, a soft touch. Anybody can shoot 15 foot at that size is good. Now, she played for the Liberty, I think, this past summer, didn't she? She won 2 games. But you see a big future for her in the WNBA.
Definitely. You know who I thought did well defending her was Laura Nichols for Spain. She just didn't let her, you know, post her up very well. Just was quite nippy.
I think that's the scout report, right? You get physical with her. High and low post. That could be a foul. The referees have bailed her out. Good call. And Yang will get this one. Number 3 for China. Good post up, really. Just drew a little bit of contact. You see there. No, you didn't like that.
I like that defense. She's got her forearm on her back and her hand straight up. That's a tough call there.
Bai cuts the gap to 12. Kim Han-byul there getting a bit of advice at the end of that bench.
Yeah, she did well not picking up her 4th. Hopefully she can go into the halftime with just 3 fouls as Xiaoting brings the ball up.
3.5 to go here. China leading by 11. Korea have gone to this 1-3-1 zone. We saw against GB. They've now dropped back into a 2-3. Li Wan opens up from the perimeter. Hits both sides of the rim. Good rebound from Xiaoting. Finishes in style.
That should have been an and 1. Great job by Xiaoting. Yeah.
Good move. It's Kim Dan-bi. This would be a post up here. Bai guarded by Li Wan. Look at how low Li Wan gets. My, that's impressive. Bai shoots over and blows the jump shot. Xiaoting low, looking for Han to get position. Here she is, the mighty Han.
Look at the ball
Li
movement.
Mong might be too far for Xiaoting. They're moving around very well into the lane. Oh, good flick. Li Wan penetrates. Jay from Li Wan. Great ball movement. I think everybody touched it. Everybody got a touch. They moved around once or twice. Little pump fake here from the diminutive Li Wan, and a beautiful follow through and rotation of that ball.
Really good offensive possession there.
Kim Dan-bi. She had an outstanding game yesterday. Look at them. She got a bit of a strapping on her left knee there, Azania. I wonder if that's something that's kept her out the starting 5. She played the big game yesterday. I think they will feel that GB will struggle against Spain, so their qualification will rest on that if they lose this. There's Kang. Corner is Bai arcs one up, hits the front of the rim. Great box out. Li Wan on Park Ji-soo. Off to the races. Yang layup good.
And that's
it's an exhibition.
Yeah, that's that transition game they are so good at. As soon as that rebound goes, boom, they've got 2 players out running full speed in transition. Good job from China there.
The school is in session because we're getting education here. Bai low post. There's a foul there against Xiaoting, I think 7. Just took out the knee of Bai, who's still down. There you're going to see it. Xiaoting comes in.
Oof.
Could have been a little more serious, perhaps, but all's well and good.
Both players up. Good to see.
Sideline here for Korea. They've got some work to do here. Trail by 17. Park Ji-soo fakes the handoff. Another jump shot for Park Ji-soo, and Li Mong is everywhere. Even on your all-tournament team.
I sure did vote for Li Mong as she shoots the shot.
Make us a believer, Li Mong. We'll hand up for the coach to say bad shot, but you know what? She was open. You got to take him. Xu Limin goes down to his array of assistants. Now he's gone down to the bench to have a little chat with somebody. Here's Song Soo-young. Good pass down to Bai. Bai goes up lefty, a little hard on that one again. Defensive rebound, Li Meng. Looks ahead to Yang. Complete control right now, China. Li Wan, Han, little 15-footer, Han. Huge future for this Han.
And a huge smile from her. Great little 15-footer. She's unstoppable from there, and it's so hard to guard because her shot is so high. You can't block it.
I'll tell you what, if you put her in a WNBA team with an enforcer who played the 4 spot, you would have a tough team. Kang fires up a 3. Her first miss, I think, from beyond the arc. Li Meng off to the races. The track meet has started. We're at 21. And Korea look out on their feet.
Yeah, Korea there, you see Park Ji-soo, number 19, just at half court, just looking quite exhausted, head down, getting a bit frustrated. That's what China is good at. They'll slowly chip away at you.
Last shot of the half coming up, you'd feel. And a turnover. The last shot might go to China. Li Meng's not seen it. They're going to get a foul. Ooh, it's on the floor, said the referee. And there will be shots with 1.8 on the clock.
Look, see, Park hasn't even made it into the half court yet. She's bent over and she's exhausted here. Hopefully the camera can just draw out and you'll see her. Actually, she's getting the sub because she is done. She did everything she could yesterday to get that important win against GB. I think she needs a break.
Yeah, she's definitely struggling. She right down to the end of the bench. She had bandages on both knees. I don't know whether that's an issue for her. Two shots here, Li Meng. Nine points in the game for the Chinese number 9. This will be double figures on this one. She'll join Han Shu as leading scorers with that one. Kim Dan-bi fires one up, but that is half-time, and a miserable-looking scoreboard for all Korean fans. 47-24 they trail at the break. Their job was done yesterday when they beat GB. And it's going to be a tough comeback for these guys. They look dead on their feet.
Yeah, they're not shooting a very good percentage as they did yesterday. Korea looking very, very tired. 3 from 12, 25%. They were shooting 60% yesterday in the full game. China's out-rebounding them 8 from 18, 26 rebounds. China's just doing an all-round job for me, looking the better, well, you know, skilled team, in my opinion.
They look in better shape too,
yeah,
don't they?
Kang is with 11, and Meng Lee is my favorite with the top scoring. For me, China is in good form. We have spoke about this before as we see some highlights, that they've had a month, about 3 to 4 weeks together as a crew, as a unit, and they are looking well oiled. They look fantastic in all 3 games. They will be undefeated if this game goes the way it's going right now and they win. So for me, the Chinese are something people need to be afraid of. Moving on to the Olympic Games.
You're putting the warning signs out now for everybody.
The red flags.
And who would those warning signs go to? Who are the other contenders for gold in Tokyo?
Well, obviously USA.
Yep.
We had a big upset, Australia losing to France. You can never count out the European teams. I think they're so strong and have so many weapons.
So you put France in that? Spain?
I put France, Spain. Spain have to win to the next game, versus GB to get their ticket.
Spain could get knocked out today.
They could get knocked out today.
That's
so I'm not going to talk about Spain. Serbia play Mozambique later today. That is I'm going to say, guaranteed win. They're much stronger, and they want to get back to and defend their bronze medal they won there in Rio 2016. So, but the Chinese, I think they're in a good, if they get a good pool and a good crossover and not have to meet like a USA or something like that in the semis, or, you know, I think they could medal.
The Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a feeling.
I'm not giving them gold, but I'll give them a bronze medal.
Yeah, I'm going to go with
medal.
you. I just think it's a team that can only get better, right?
Yeah.
And if this is what they produced after a month of being together in a break in the season, then come the summertime with the preparation they'll put in then.
Only ways up.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, they're so young. I think the average is 24 years old for this team.
Yeah.
And it definitely shows when they get out in transition there, as we see Meng in transition. As soon as they get the rebound, they are out in full court, full sprint, giving Usain Bolt a run for his money.
Yeah. No, it's a joy to see. Well, we're going to have some more replays. We'll join you the other side of the break for a second half that promises much. See you then.
Ajde, will go to work on the left. Double comes, looking for help. Good defense there by Waters. Definitely will push the other way. Nice feed, a look away to Messerman.
That was very nice.
Stolen by Gray, just picked the pocket with ease there. Gray's off to the Gray. What a pass! That is outstanding. No look pass. I was looking somewhere else. All of a sudden, we got Umake under the bucket with the ball. And again, Nigeria won't go away. They're hanging in there. Oh, no foul call there. And basket from Kalu. Malkovich has to call timeout. There was a couple of fouls there to stop the play. A switch with Nichols. Shot clock running down here for China. Up top, Lee Mong. Behind the back. What a move. Can she finish? Lee Mong.
That's
what a
highlight
move.
play.
Put it down.
Hands there by Ishida. What a block by Linskin, says no.
Not in my house.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did he talk with the players in the locker room?
전반전 내용이 그렇게 좋지 못했는데 라커룸에서 선수들에게 어떤 식으로 좀 얘기를 했는지.
우선 게임을 하는데 어쨌든 선수들이 많이 지쳐서 우리가 뭘 하는 내용들을 잘 수행을 못하고 있는 점에 흠이 돼서 좀 적극적으로 해야겠다는 걸 지시했다고.
Coach said that he thinks that the players seems a little bit tired, so the players didn't execute what he asked for the players in the court. So he talked to the players that we can do better than this and things like that improve our performance in the court for the second half.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back, everyone. And halftime here, China versus Korea, 47-24. As we heard both coaches talk there. The one thing that worried me was the Korean coach mentioned what we mentioned before the break, tiredness.
Yeah, we definitely talked about Park there, number 19, bent over, did not make it over half court. She's definitely looking quite fatigued. And he said, you know, my team looks tired and they're not executing what I've asked. And definitely China is definitely looked like the well-drilled team. And I'm a fan. I'm truly, these last 3 games, I've become a Chinese fan. I might be in the crowd waving the flag like some of the fans behind me.
Stay where you are. Just get the flag and bring it down.
Okay.
But you need your GB flag for the next game. They get your China flag for half a half, all right? Will that happen?
Thank you. But until then, I'm a fan of this lady here, Monk. She has played outstanding. She's also, I got to see the top 5 of the day yesterday. She was had a nice behind the back on Spain. Zagai with the jump shot. That was fabulous.
The top 5. That will go viral all around the world, I'm sure. Lee Mok, remember the name. You heard it here first. Second half set to start. What have these Korean girls got in their legs? Or these Korean players, excuse me. Park will start us off. Well, as Kim Dan-bi is out there, but no Park Ji-soo. That'll mean a small lineup for Korea. There's Park Hae-jin into the lane. She's going to have to challenge Lee and have to change her shot accordingly, and nothing coming good. Lee Wan here. I love the way they run the first big here. Huang, skip past to Lee Mong. Lee Mong, one dribble, step back, count it, no. Xiao-ting the rebound. Lee Wan, Xiao-ting into the lane. Lee Mong will get another shot. She's not shy, is she, Lee Mong? That's why. She trusts herself. All those hours of shooting hoops in the bucket in the gym. 26 the lead.
Yeah, good for her. She missed the first and she's still trusting herself and shot the second and hit it. So that's why she's a fan of mine.
And Kang goes hard on the backboard on that one. Korea will have to work very hard to make sure this doesn't escape quickly. Lee Wan tries to, the nimble-footed Lee Yue-ru there. She was dancing on ice. Lee Wan, great kick out. Huang, fake. Lee Mong again. Lee Mong, count it! 2 for 3 in the space of 1 minute and 15 seconds. Feed me, she says, feed me the ball. Oh, that was a huge contingent of Chinese fans behind us shouting out. They're enjoying this.
Yeah, that's Meng's 16th point now. She's way ahead of the pack.
Yue-ru coming up to put ball pressure here on Bai. Backdoor well read as Kim went. Xiao-ting was there, and also Huang had read it too. Already we're at 29. We were at 23 at the break. I'm sure. Shot clock down to 6 here. The referees are getting involved with the shirt tucked out beside the shorts. That winds you up, doesn't it?
No, got to be smart. Got to be ready to play. The rules are the rules.
I was always the pedantic one at school. Never liked people telling me what to do.
Yeah, I never tucked my shirt in actually at school.
Kang throws one up. Somebody will get a foul here. Maybe it's Huang or Lee Wan. They're both looking around to the referee with smiles on their face. Lee Wan gets the foul, number 4. Broad smile on her face. That'll be Lee Wan's first foul. China only have 4 fouls for the game. I mean, they got 53 points, the lead by 29. Sort of smacks pretty clearly that Korea not quite in the game. Are they playing hard enough?
No, and China's definitely playing a well-disciplined, great game plan, and they are sticking to it. So no wonder they only have 14 fouls. I don't really think they've fouled. I mean, duh, but you know what I mean? I think they've, obviously they haven't fouled much. There's only 4 fouls up there, but I just feel like they've stayed in between the ball and the basket. They've moved their feet. They've been on a string and defense. They've helped each other out.
Well said. China's timeout here. Just they don't really want the timeout on the bench. They're quite happy to stand up. The Korean team, on the other hand, ensconced on the chairs there.
없이 수리해라 그랬잖아. 잡아가지고
I mean, for Korea, as they've just got to just work it through, right? They're not going to get rid of the tiredness. And as soon as you mention the word tiredness to players, there's that feeling, there's that negative down feeling that you are tired, right? You've got it's almost a word that shouldn't exist in people's minds.
Yeah, you should take it away.
Because straight away you get into a negative mindset.
Yeah, and just the body language of Korea as well is very negative, you know, hunching over, kind of heads down. So they're just going to play this game out, I think, and they think they've done enough to beat GB. And they've just got to wait in the sidelines and in the wings to see how the following game goes.
Yep. Well, China, what is their record? They've won 28 of their last 33 games in Olympic qualifying tournaments. And they are looking on the verge of their 29th here. The 3-2 zone will greet China as they bring the ball down. Huang passes, cuts through, gets the ball baseline. Lee's not played very well today. She's missed a lot of little chippies, or bunnies as you call them. Little rabbits around the rim.
Yeah, she's just
still struggling to find that analogy, but
yeah, and he's brought in Hung Shu to the bench to sub her out.
Li Wan off to the races. The sprightly Li Wan, the number 4 here. Tiger on defense, isn't she? Everywhere. Huang, they're going to be patient here. China, Li Wan, Li Mong into Li Yuru. They're going to let her get away with about 5 seconds in the lane. Almost pitched a tent in there that time, didn't she?
Building a house.
Got a newspaper out before she received the ball. Park Hae-jin is 5 at such a wonderful game against GB. Was it 6-3 she made? I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, 6-7.
Korea just struggling to find anything positive for themselves.
Yeah, 2 seconds on the clock. She's got to shoot it.
Park throws up a 3. Long 2, maybe. Huang looking ahead. I love the way they break. Lee runs first big. Count the number of seconds in the lane here. We don't need to. Li Wan fires up a 3. And the follow from Li Mong. I'm running out of superlatives for this number 9 for China. Having a field day. She's feasting at the table.
Yeah, and I'm happy for China just to keep grinding it out, keep showing their class. They're not going to, you know, bow down or let Korea get back into this game. And Korea just looks too fatigued, too tired, already set up shop and on their way home.
Kim Dan-bi goes in, rolls it a little hard around the rim. Kim and Buell rebound. Kang fires one up. That's a 4th three-pointer. She seems to be the only one with anything in terms of an offensive arsenal.
Yeah,
in fact, 15. The next score is 4. Unbelievable. Gao Song in the game for China. Li Mong fires one over to the other side to Huang. Hand in the cookie jar there for Kim Dan-bi. Immediately she sinks to her knees. She looks dead on her feet, does Kim Dan-bi. The mighty Han comes in, Han Shu. New York Liberty player. I think she was on the squad in 2018. Her big breakthrough was last year. Gao Song deflects it out of bounds. Now, Coach Lee Mong-kyu, I take my hat off to him. They're down by 30-29. And he's not one of these coaches that sits down and gives up on his team. There he is in shot. He's barking out orders to his players. He just wants them to just keep learning and make the best of a situation. Kim Dan-bi fires up. That's gone high up into the air. Kim Dan-bi, who had an excellent night herself last night. 16 points. She hit 4 threes herself. There's one, her first for her tonight. Is that her first scoring shot? Yes, it is. Gao Song, Huang in the corner here. Han gets a terrible pass, double teamed. Huang all the way over to Wong. Yang fires up a 3, hits the back of iron, and Kim Han-byul comes out of the pack running. 35 for Korea. Kim Dan-bi will get, yeah, it was indeed, but Dan-bi will get her first 2-pointer. Leads back to 24. Is there a comeback in the offing here for Korea?
Absolutely not.
Yang, 3 for China, throws a nightmare of a pass to Wong. They both look at each other. Yang says, I'm not sure what she said. Surely she apologized. Timeout for China. The girls are on the floor as quick as anything. Probably the quickest thing I've seen all day. Sprinting on here. We won't get a chance to see them, Azania, but you just sit back and enjoy. Well,
fantastic.
I don't need my Mandarin for Beginners book to understand that Xu Limin was tearing into his players. Not one face was had any emotion on it. They could show a bit of emotion on the floor now. Now he's walked away, but he was after them big time.
Yeah, he's keeping them to a high standard. Even though that they're up, he wants them to be fully on board. And what do you think of their timeout? They stand.
Yes.
They don't go sit down and
when
catch
you get
their
them
breath.
mincing, you make them stand. I think you don't get
you don't get
the
to
joy
sit
of
down and
sitting
catch your
down
breath.
and get a rest. No, Yang has subbed out for her sins because she threw the ball away. Xiaoting's a replacement. Now the defense picks up a bit. Attaboy. That's what a defensive timeout does. Great backdoor layup is good for is that Kang A-jong again? It is indeed. She has 17 for the game. Top score of the tournament for her. Wong. Lead is 22, Zania.
Well, the thing is, we did see China yesterday play a good 3 quarters as the shot goes up there. Nice. She's got a nice little shot.
Wong's third 3.
Yeah, Wong. Even though they played very, very well, I'd probably say 35 minutes. Spain made a run, so maybe Korea could do the same. Take a leaf out their book.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, what a move. Can it get that one down for the All-Star 5, the All Plays of the Day, whatever it's called. Bai comes in. Look at this. The swoop. You don't often see that. All one-handed. Han gets the foul. As it turns to the ref, see what, me? And the ref says, yes, you. 5th team foul for China. So Bai with a free throw here to complete the 3-point play. So 6 for the game. And we're back to 22.
All right, let's see if Korea can push another turnover into an easy score. And get a little 3 plays in a row if they got.
Han comes high, battled out of it by Kim Han-byul. As soon as Han touched it high, Kim Han-byul buried her, making that pass difficult down low to Xiaoting. Xiaoting then had the ball deflected by a Korean player. So come back to Huang. Wong, Xiaoting down to Han. Beautiful play. And without Park Ji-soo in the game, it's a tough matchup for Korea.
Yeah, Hung works so hard for so long. She keeps finding the good positions down low in a great spot. That is so easy for her to...
Nice move from Kim Danby. I just wonder whether during the summer, working with the coaches with the Liberty, she got into a lot of good coaching situations.
Yeah, and just...
Post up.
Yeah, good habits. You want good posting up habits.
Absolutely
if you watch her.
Right. It's another good pass to Han, but she's fumbled this one. Korea will come out of the pack. Kim Danby's having a little, nice little run of points here. She has 7. Bai will get this shot if she wants it. She's going to come in again for a swoop shot. Flicks it underneath this time. Doesn't quite get the roll. Han runs the lane hard. Oh, good play from Lee Mong. Oh, that's beautiful. Textbook basketball. The big runs in. Lee Mong just replaces the space she's vacated.
Yeah, look at this. She's having
Huang
a great game.
3, and the foul from Huang. Somebody's on the floor is Bai. I think Huang's gone right through Bai. That means it may not be a shooting foul, you know.
Yeah.
This will be a sideline ball.
Yeah, Bai's been on the floor a lot. She is doing the cleaner's job, mopping up the floor today because she is exhausted.
You know, we don't have a floor wiper, do we?
We do on the other side. They just haven't had to do much because she's doing all the work.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we do. Yeah. I was going to say, you usually see them everywhere.
They're on the other side of the basket.
Yeah, I know, you're right. I see him. Lee Moon-Kyu there. Ever observant. He had the game plan for GB, didn't he? There was hours of videos, he was saying.
Yeah. I think they're doing a much better job in this third quarter.
Absolutely, they're doing very good. Kim Han-byul here, guarded by Lee Mong. She's going to back her down, get a handoff. Oh, backdoor play was open, and Kang E-jong holds up a hand. In fact, they both hold up their hand, both responsible for that turnover.
Yeah, that would have been a nice little backdoor cut there.
It was open too.
Yep.
Wide open. Kang had it buried. 3-2 zone defense again for Korea. They trail by 24. Hwang lobs it up to Han. And again, you can't stop that unless you've got height to combat it.
Yep, nothing you can do about that. 14 points for Han.
Kim Han-byul, nice move for 2. Gets a nice little drop. Well, Korea are playing harder than they did for the first half, for sure. Lee Mong high, Hwang. Lee Mong looks at the 3, and instead it will go to Wong and drops it with ease. Wong Si-yu.
Yeah, Wong just sat on that 3-point line and waited until her time, and her number was called, and she hit that fantastic shot by her.
So that little run from Korea has come to a grounding halt. Bai for a jump shot. Another one down. Well, they've played well this third period. That is for sure.
Yeah, they've played well on offense, but China's just still chipping away, finding their little scores.
They can't get stops. The high-low dump down to Han has just been unstoppable for them. Han low, bank shot, missed it. Now, can they get off to the races here? Kim Dan-bi, she's looking ahead. Couple of crossovers. Kim Dan-bi didn't go very far. Bai.
No,
Kang goes back door.
Well.
Yeah, they've run really short on this one. Bai, Yang is wide open. Unfortunate because she's made a few. Oh, Kim Dan-bi might get on the floor here. Somebody does. Xiaoting recovers. Everybody's looking a bit tired right now. Han low. Great down. Pass to Wong. Beautiful play. Korea chasing shadows right now. Hwang misses the 3. Yeah, a lot of tired bodies out there. The last thing they want is an up and down game for these two teams. Han, layup good, beautiful play.
Nice little tap pass in the air.
End of the quarter. And look at the Korean players, Azania. They can hardly walk back to the bench. 2 of them sunk to their, just haunched over on their knees. It is a limp back in for sure for Bai.
Yeah, it's tough running around after these Chinese players, especially in transition. They are so quick, fast, and also they've got great subs. As we see, Korea 44, China 71 is the Chinese show for sure. And I'm, like I said, I'm really impressed by China. They've just let up a little bit as we see the stats here. Korea's played, you know, 5 from 16. I was expecting a bit of a better show from the 3-point line from Korea, but either way, they've come back a little bit in the third half. So hopefully, coach can be a bit more impressed and happy with his team to show fight. But they are just done. I think the tank is empty, and they're just.
You're
ready.
saying put a fork in it now, it's done, right?
Yeah, stick it on the barbie.
Yeah. A few highlights here. Korea made a good run there. I'm not sure how many at half time. I have to double check. 24 at the break, and they got 20 in the third period. So a great effort from Korea, but in doing so, like I said, 2 of them just sunk to their haunches at the end of the third period. As if to say, no mas, no mas.
Yeah. We're ready to go. So Either way, I just think you finish out this fourth quarter trying to play as hard as you can, make your country proud. You know, they might have done enough, but they still have to wait here till the very the end, because I think GB Spain will come down to the very last second, because those games prior, GB has played Spain very, very well, losing by 1 in pre Eurobasket and then 8, I think, in Eurobasket. So Korea, I wouldn't be surprised if they wait and stay and watch this game after.
Yes, I'm sure they will. Fourth period just set the start. I'm going to ask you a question in a minute about GB's fitness, given the fact that Korea looked the way they do after 3 periods. Is that going to be a factor, do you think, given that Spain probably go a bit deeper than GB?
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to be tired. It's going to be heavy legs. Nice. There's going to be heavy legs by that's Chang, I think. Chang Ru, number 17.
Wow, Zhang Ru in the game for the first time. We haven't seen her at all. We've seen her in the warm-ups, we know the tracksuit on, but now we're getting some time to see her play. Nice shot missed there from Bai. China off to the races. Yang 3 was sent to the sin bin at one point. Oh, Lee, nice finish. Foul from Kim Han-byul. That'll be her 4th foul.
Yeah, going back to fitness and just being in shape, as we see the highlight good, post up there and a big foul. It's difficult because in a tournament you don't have a lot of time to recover. You've got to bounce back, especially if you've lost. Your legs are heavy, so it's really about recovery. You know, eating well, getting massage, hydration, also figuring out your scout. You've got very little time, less than 24 hours, to turn it back over. Luckily for GB and Spain, they've played each other a fair few times in the last couple of months.
A 2 o'clock game doesn't do you many favors, does it? Because you're going to go back to the hotel at 4, 5, 6, eat at 6. You're not going to practice that evening. Then do you get up? How early do you get up? Because their game's 2 o'clock today. You maybe get a 9 o'clock practicing. We weren't here. We were here at 9. They weren't in.
They didn't shoot here, no.
So they did not shoot this morning and go a walkthrough. So it's tough, really, that afternoon game. Here's Korea. They trail by 30. Kim Dan-bi fires off a long one and misses. Off to the races goes Yang. Yang will be pretty intent on making sure she doesn't make another mistake. Let's reverse layup for number 3. Your favorite move, Azania.
I sure do like it. I'm just a fan of China.
You're a fan of everything.
Yeah, no,
you're
I'm a fan.
world. You know what? You're a world fan. I like it.
I do love basketball, though.
Yeah, we all do. Great rotation from China. Kim Dan-bi left
it
again with another 3. Great box out from the youngster Zhang Ru. China off on their little track meet, and a foul from Bai. That'll be her 3rd.
And I think maybe with the fatigue, it is, you know, the shots aren't falling for Korea today, where yesterday they were lights out. And as you start to get tired, as we see the nice little highlight, and Lee there, big.
I'll tell you what, there's a groove that runs down the middle of this floor that the Chinese bigs have run all 3 days of this tournament, haven't they? Just run from one end to the other, stand right underneath the basket, pump the, post their defender up, and that's where they stay until they get the ball. And you know, all credit to the Chinese guards, because they feed the bear. They get the ball inside, don't they? There's another option. Feed the bear. Get it in there.
Yeah, it's definitely.
That was your game, wasn't it? 2 foot in.
Yeah, that was.
Getting easy passes from the guards.
It's definitely
turn,
the Chinese,
shoot, an easy one. That was right up your street.
Well, that's the style you're supposed
but
to
I saw you shooting today. I'm surprised he didn't let you shoot more in college. Off to the races. The finish is good. This is number 6, Wu Tong. I've been waiting for Wu to get in the game. And it goes coast to coast.
Yeah, we haven't had the privilege to say Tong Tong yet, have we?
No, we do now. Park goes in, little hard. Lee goes fumbling after it. Wu Tong Tong comes up with it. She's looking with a little kick in her step now. I need to calm it down, the youngster. Good kick out here to Wong. Wong penetrates. Good move.
Yeah, Korea over it.
I'm just waiting for a white flag to be thrown in.
I'll wave it for
from
them
the
over
Korean
here.
bench, because it is getting pretty ugly right now.
Yeah, look at that, points in the paint, 40 for China.
Kim Dan-bi, that's off to the right.
See what I mean? She was hitting that.
Yeah, it's exhaustion.
Yep. And China, good
Wong
for them.
goes in, another 2. Does Lee Moon-kyu call a timeout? He's actually got subs of his own coming in. We're going to see 22 Koo-seul and Sim Sung-young in the game. Kim Dan-bi's getting a lot of touches. I'm not sure she wants a lot of touches. She's ultra tired. Great kick out from Kim Dan-bi. Fires up in the air from number 8, Kim Min-jong, who I remember in game 1 was hitting a few threes at the end of the game.
I would love to know what their strategy was against China. Because their first strategy against
Survive,
Spain.
I think.
Yeah.
Lee is fouled from Kim Min-jong. Well, the second half's about survival, that's for sure.
Well, they didn't care about the Spanish game. The GB game, they were more important. That was their big win, which they got. And they said they wanted to shoot more threes than twos, which they did, which was successful. So I would love to know what their game plan going into this. If they cared, if they had one, if they wanted to be...
Well, they started off.
Pretty good.
You know, I'll go back to their starting 5. Their starting 5 had Kang, let me get this right, now, Kame Jong in, and it had Goa Ra. Both players didn't start against GB or play against GB. So I'm going to go with you that they really was an exercise to get players experience potentially. Well, Wu Tong Tong has just got themselves involved with a oh, nice shot from Wu Tong Tong. Just put her elbow in the face of a defender as she squared up the first time. It was Kang, I think.
Yeah, she's pretty nippy herself.
Bai turns it over with a backdoor against Kim Min-jong. They've got 6 minutes and 13 seconds to make this look semi-respectable career. Kim comes in for Bai.
Yeah, Bai.
There was a situation.
Because she is tired.
Oh, you're going with there, are you?
Yeah.
We were going to have 3 Kims in the game at the same time, but Kim Dan-bi has sat down, so we just got Kim Min-jong, Kim Han-byul. Up top is Lee. Yang fires one up. Misses, and Korea get a chance to break here. Koo is missed. Kim Min-jong goes in, and Lee gets a piece of the action. Wu Tong Tong, she loves to play. Big smile on her face, saying to the referee, it wasn't me. Here's the number 6 for China, Wu Tong Tong. Let's have a look, see if it was Wu Tong. Ooh, don't think she touched her. I can sympathize with you. Many a foul I got like that.
Did you even stay in the game? I know you were fouled out.
I had a lot of foul outs, yeah. I had to concentrate a lot. I'd have 3 fouls in the first half a few times.
I used to hate that. I used to hate getting foul trouble because it just takes you out the rhythm of the game. It takes you out of your psych. Oh, I used to hate it. It used to make me really mad.
86-47. Korea just, they all look to try and get to 60, I would think. I think it's semi-respectable. Wu Tong Tong here. Back door goes Yang. Wu Tong Tong. Good little guard behind the back. Oh, Wu Tong Tong. Nice touch. Maybe we got a little star in the making here in Wu Tong Tong.
Yeah, why haven't we seen any of her till today? But
I'm sure she's just a youngster. First of maybe a couple of experiences. Oh, nice little move there from number 3 Yang. Kang, excuse me. Lee Wan 4. Foul Kim Min-jong. 17 Zhong Ru. Stuck on the sideline. There's the bench of Gao Song and Sung Min Rong. Timeout here for Korea. The final throws of this game. Timeout done. China's ball sideline. They trail by 38, Korea, 88-50. Going to dig into my history books, find out what the biggest margin of victory was in this game. So there was a 38-point victory, sorry, 28-point victory for China the last time these two played. So Korea have not got close now in two encounters. Great look down to Lee. Can she finish? Nice touch from Lee. Was that Wu Tong Tong with the pass? I thought it was.
Sure was.
Yeah.
Lee with her 7th point now. And another rebound for her.
Oh, wide open is going to be Zhang. That's her first bucket. Way to run the lanes. I tell you what, these guys, these players are quick. They're in shape, and they just want to get out and run. You got to love it. Foul here from Yang on Kim Min-jong.
Well, I'm putting some money on China winning a medal.
Getting a medal.
Yeah. Can we record this?
Not a bad
at this
shout.
moment? 4th quarter, 4 minutes 41.
Who do you see being in the final in Tokyo?
I'm just going to have to see the bracket first. I need to see everyone who gets in.
Stick your neck out.
I'm going to say
Come
USA.
on. And who's going to be in the final with them? I'm going to give you a choice of France, Serbia, or Australia. Nobody else, I don't think. I'm not even going to go with Canada, and I should go with Canada. I don't think Canada have the bigs. And I'm talking about big bigs, right? Everybody else has got superhuman size. The 3 there missed from Wu Tong Tong.
I don't know. I want to wait until everyone gets their ticket first.
Min Jiang can't quite finish that. That's a good look. What great vision Wu Tong Tong has. Wong lays up. You know, I've not seen women's basketball like this outside of the USA for if ever. This is just great basketball to watch. They run, they're out in the breaks. They're fluid. You play hard D. Backdoor, Sim So Young. Kim Min-jong had the 3. Steps in move and gets the drop. Nice move.
Yeah, they've definitely gained a fan in myself. I've really enjoyed their whole performance throughout these last 3 games. Really battle-tested, great, great team. And they've just had fun. Played to themselves all the way to the end.
Wu Tong Tong goes in, flicks it up to Lee, no foul. Could have done better there, Lee Yue-ru. Yang, sorry, Kang. Down low to Kim Min-jong. Guarded by Yang. Sim So Young goes in, doesn't quite get enough on that to hit the backboard, goes over the top. Go back to China, 42 the difference, and 3:04 left. Subs in, Han's going to play the last 3 minutes here, along with Huang. Lee sits down and Yang does.
Do you think Hung can dunk it? Or she
No.
just stays in her lane?
Yep.
All right.
Pretty sure. Maybe.
Shutting it down.
Oh, looked at the shot. Love it. Love the way she just caught the board and looked, showed the ball to the defense for the shot. Huang on the skip pass here. Ball screen from Han. Post up is good. Turned over. Nice work from Kang. Kim Min-jong loses the balance slightly. Coup to Kim Min-jong. Great defense from Han, showing the hand for the defender. Sim So Young's in the land of the Giants there. Nice move from Koo Seul. They've got it back to 40.
China going to break 100? 100%?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Li Wan here. Huang. Huang down the lane to Han. That's a good disruption defense there from Korea. Koo wants a piece of this. Misses. And Kim Han-byul takes it off Lee. And Han will take that one. She's taking apples off the tree there.
Only one other team in this tournament has hit 100, which is the great US of A.
Yeah.
Last night versus Mozambique.
Nice pass. Huan to finish. No. Han to get the rebound and finish this time. Nice play. 96 for China. Yeah, this has been hard work this second half for Korea. Trailed by 20 at the break, was it? I think so, 21 maybe. Kang here. Kim Han-byul. Sim So Young. She's going to go in there. Nowhere to go once you go in there, really, is there?
No.
You've got to have some avenues to get out. And I think once the Chinese defenders saw Sim going in that lung and Han there, they knew she wasn't going to shoot it. So therefore, everybody just locates to their perimeter to find the pass. So minute 25.
But that's what's great about having Hung under there. She just is so big and tall and just deters the Korean players to shoot that layup.
Kim Han-byul, 3, and that's the one she was looking for in the first half. Gets that one down. Wu Tong Tong, I love the shirt. Wu TT on the back of her shirt, love that. Picks up the dribble, looking for a bit of help. Nice pivot, didn't lose her balance. Han comes to help. Wu TT in. I'm not sure that was the best option, though. Zhang wouldn't have been able to do too much with it once she'd caught it. Wu Tong Tong might have been better shooting that one.
Just putting it up on the rim.
Yeah.
And letting Hong rebound it.
Li Huan is still playing defense in the 39th minute of this game.
I really like her. I really enjoy her play. For people who think that you need to be tall, she is showing the way for the short girls, that's for sure.
Good show from Sun Men Rong. So young. Arcs one up. Back to 36. And there are probably about 2 offenses left in this game. 1 for each team. Huang reverses. In comes Han into the lane. Good play from Kim. Li Huan will get a nice friendly drop, and they're at 98. They're not going to do it unless there's a miraculous turnover here and a sprint down the other end. Kim Han-byul goes against Han. Oh, good block. Kim Han-byul, she try it again. Backdoor turnover. We may get 100. Now, how doesn't work very well in international ball, does it? Everybody just plays to the. Everybody keeps shooting to the end. Nobody dribbles it out. They might do here.
Yeah. Well, just because in this type of tournament, obviously this game is over, but points count, so you have to play till the very end as they take a shot.
You're absolutely right. And they do get the 100th point. And the Chinese bench are up cheering in a 40-point game. Wu Tong Tong might get another one.
Fantastic performance there by China as they hit number 160 to Korea.
Maybe there's money on it. Maybe there's a bonus on 100. I don't know. It's a 40-point game cheering the 100. Takes you back into high school days, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's always fun to hit 100. Might as well go for it.
Players shake hands. This one is over. China have come to this tournament. They've traveled thousands of miles to get here, given all the problems back in China, and they have come undefeated. How about that? As for a tremendous performance from the Chinese women's basketball team. They bow respectfully in front of the Korean bench. They will now head for the center court to celebrate their Olympic trip. You can book the tickets.
Yeah.
Get the boarding passes out, get the seats reserved.
Yeah. Good for them.
Plenty of leg room for some of those players on that journey to Tokyo.
Yeah, congratulations to them, because like we said, this part of the tournament was in China for just disappointing circumstances. They've had to come to Serbia, so they had to do this long trip, both countries, Korea and China, but China have been fantastic this whole time. All 3 games, they had a close one yesterday versus Spain, but pulled it out as we see their stats shooting 63% from the 2, 39, not so bad, and making the 7 from 8. As they bow to the crowd, they have a nice little crowd here behind us as they wave the flags. You won't be able to see it from this angle. And they rebounded fantastically, 46 assists, 29, and 7 steals. And overall, I think this team has what it takes to get a medal at the Tokyo Olympics. For me, they have great subs, they have great size, their guards are very, very tall, can do it all, especially with Shouting and Meng, my 2 favorite guards. And then they just have the speed and the defense from Lee. I love Lee. She's undersized, but just in your face every day, all day. great, and it's a good Yao Ming there on the baseline is going to be very, very happy.
Might get the
with this
photograph.
team.
He moves over to the left a bit.
Yeah.
As ever, Zania, some beautiful words to finish a game and a great description. What's more for this team? Because you heard it here first. They're going to medal, Zane. That's what you're saying.
I'm gonna put my neck out. Yep, I'm putting money on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against them, that's for sure. Really impressed with them. I haven't seen outside the USA fast break basketball like that for a long, long time. And all the power to this team. Well, we'll see some slow-mos. Wu TT there, Wu Tong Tong, as he's affectionately known, laying up. Next up, GB versus Spain. That's a huge game for all British fans back home. 2:30 GMT, that's coming to you. You'll see the rest of these replays. Get here for what promises to be another epic battle of Great Britain and Spain. See you then.